Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. So guys, we had some big news last week just before we kick into anything else. We got a rules update and a format update for going into 2018 season. And I'm not going to cover too much now because I plan on doing a little recap video at some point this week, just covering the CP, the events that we've got here in Europe and elsewhere, CP changes and what the format will be leading up to what I would expect the format to change when we get the new games, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which will be in November time. But we've got a lot of big news. We've got the dates for the London International now, which will be on the 17th of November, the same day as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon come out, and that will be in London at the XL Arena. And we've got loads of other events as well getting announced as well in the process, and CP updates and stuff like that. The bar for Worlds invite this year, day one, is 300 points CP, so making it a lot easier to obtain that day one invite. It's still not going to be easy, but I think the changes are brilliant, and it means more people can attend Worlds, which is not a bad thing at all. I know there's a lot of debate around that at the minute, but I think personally, from being to Worlds, being a Pokemon fan and a player, I think everyone should have the chance to go. And I think the easier it is, I'm not saying it's easy at all, because this 300 points is still going to be difficult to obtain for a lot of players. Some players not so much, but the consensus of players, you've got to get to that 300 mark. It's doable though, and I think it's a brilliant thing that Pokemon are doing, and I fully support the decision to do that, because a bigger Worlds is just a better Worlds. Pokemon is all about going to events and meeting people and having a great time, and I'll totally back that up, because this past weekend, as you all know, I was in the Liverpool Regionals, so I travelled up there Friday and played the tournament Sunday. I finished the tournament 4-4, which is probably, I think, my worst tournament result in a very long time. So I was really disappointed with how the tournament went. For a number of reasons. I think my team probably wasn't right, even though I felt good about going into it. There was a lot of matchups that I played that were very difficult. There was some matchups where I didn't play very well and definitely didn't deserve the win, and then there were some matchups where things didn't go right, and there's no excuses. It's all on my head and the way I approach games, and I've got to really look at just reevaluating everything, I think, from my team to how I'm playing, and yeah, I'm just really disappointed. And I think the thing, I was going to try and tweet out about it, but I had round one loss. I felt really bummed about it, and I thought I need to just try and concentrate and get back into the tournament, try and get a bit of momentum going, but it just really didn't happen. And I can't be too down about it. I think I will be feeling really disappointed with myself for probably the rest of the week, but just give it a little bit of time. And I think the main thing is to take the points of what went wrong at the tournament for myself and look at where we can improve those, and hopefully we can do that together throughout the channel, because I feel like I've got a long way to go to getting back up to a good standard again, because I'm just not quite there at the minute, and I just need to just analyse as much as I can and just move forward. The other thing is, as well, because I'm doing these videos now, I feel like there's a bit of pressure as well on me. I feel personally that I'm doing these videos to provide you guys with some information and techniques and improving and things like that, and I feel like when I go to an event and I can't do it myself, I think how have I got any sort of kind of basis to provide you guys with any improving skills and things like that. And it makes me, I kind of wanted to do well for you guys as well, so you could kind of be like, yeah, this is great, he's doing well, so let's do what, listen to him and things like that. And that's another thing that that bothered me as well about it. But as I say, it's done now. We can't do anything about it. But aside from that, I was getting to the point. The whole event, the whole weekend was absolutely amazing. I hung out with just the most coolest people ever. I saw old friends, made some new friends, and it was absolutely amazing. I had such a blast. But I am super tired now. It's really early Monday morning. I've got to go to work in 25-30 minutes. So, but I did want to get up and record an episode this morning. Just so you had something going up for today, because I like to keep things consistent on the channel. So I think what we'll do is, we were playing that band call last week. But we could have a couple of games with my regionals team, or I did create, because there was a mid-season showdown on the Sunday, but I could play in it, but I couldn't finish the event depending on numbers, and the numbers were huge. There's like 126 players registered for the mid-season showdown, and I'll show you the team that I made. We can't, because it's locked into my battle box, but it is a very fun team. You can probably see it on the small screen just down here. So it's Smeagol, Tapu Lele, Chansey, Arcanine, Gigalith, and Alolamuk. So if you guys want to see this featured on the channel this week, let me know in the comment section below, because it is a super fun team. I think I had one of the most fun matches over the whole weekend with Jason, Chaseface, one of the Irish guys, in the mid-season showdown. It was incredible. But I think today we'll just go with this. So this is my regionals team. I went with Tapu Lele. I went with a variation of my Tapu Lele team that we've played on the channel in the past. Changed things up a little bit, put a Ninetales in there and kept the Snorlax. The Ninetales was probably my MVP for the whole weekend. It was just incredible on Saturday. Anytime I brought it, it did a lot of work, supported the whole team. But as I say, I just came up against some bad matchups, and it just didn't work out, so never mind. But we have our first opponent of the day, also running Tapu Lele, Arcanine, Tapu Koko, Garchomp, Celesteela, and Hariyama. So how are we going to go against this? The Hariyama obviously threatens our Snorlax quite heavily, so we do need to make sure we're protecting that. Celesteela, again, is going to put a lot of pressure onto things like our Tapu Lele, Alola Ninetales, as well as that Arcanine that's, you know, just going to shuffle the Intimidates and support the rest of the team. Tapu Koko there is going to be a bit of a pain for Celesteela, so if we can remove that and check the Arcanine, then we should be alright with Celesteela going forward. Although, you know, it's going to be a bit of a cat and mouse game, I feel, this one. So what are we going to do? I am going to lead Lele, just so we make sure we can try and get our terrain up if that Tapu Koko does come out. We should probably lead our Arcanine as well to get Intimidate support on things like Garchomp, Hariyama, Arcanine. We do need it for that Celesteela as well. So let's bring Garchomp, because we need checks to the Tapu Koko and the Arcanine. And do we need our Celesteela? It's probably nice to have a bit of ground immunity in there, and you know, something nice to switch in on that Tapu Lele as well, that could, you know, put a lot of pressure onto the other Pokemon in the team. So we've got a nice switch in for that Psychic type as well. We do need to watch out because of the inclusion in the team with the Tapu Koko. We need to just keep in the back of our mind that it could possibly have that Normalium Z and launch a Gigavolt Havoc out onto us at any point if that Tapu Koko switches in with the Lele on the field already. So that's something just to keep in mind. So, do you see my opponent lead off with that Tapu Koko and the Tapu Lele. So let's check speed tiers. We see, oh, that's a Scarf Tapu Lele then. Yeah, Scarf Tapu Lele. Okay. So what are we going to do here? The Tapu Koko is probably going to Volt Switch out of there, you've got to imagine. Which one does it go for though? You probably imagine it's going to Volt Switch out into the Lele. Maybe. Arcanine's pretty threatened at the minute from... I mean, we'll be able to take a combination... We should be able to take a combination of attacks from the Lele and the Koko with Arcanine. But I don't want to lose it too early, because losing it too early will mean that we've got nothing for the Celesteela, and then my opponent can bring it in and go to town on us. So I'll just protect the Arcanine here. and just Psychic into that Coco slot, but we do see it switch out as Celesteela hit the field. So we get the Protect off. We're going to see a Psychic into that slot, and we'll get a Psychic into the Celesteela. Now, what we could do here is, it's a bit risky because if my opponent protects a Celesteela this turn, things could go a bit badly, but we could double into the Celesteela now because we can Shattered Psyche it and Flare Blitz it, or Psychic and Flare Blitz, and we should be able to pick up the KO onto it. But it's likely that it probably will just protect this turn. What do we do? I'm gonna just protect my Lele just in case that Celesteela doesn't. No. Let's go for it. Let's go for the Shattered Psyche and the Flare Blitz. If I can lock it in. I don't think I've locked it in at all, which is a bit annoying. This has gone bad. I didn't do this in the tournament, and no Protect coming up for my opponent. We're gonna lose Lele here though, which is super annoying. The most frustrating thing is we said it right at the start, we could just double into it, so we just should have just clicked into it instead of faffing around. We get the Shattered Psyche off, does a good chunk, would have put it into Heavy Slam, Flare Blitz range. We're going to lose Lele now. Which is really unfortunate. And it's going to get a Beast Boost, Special Defense, and recover some health with the leftovers. So we can just bring in our Celesteela now. You've got to imagine my opponent has the Arcanine. Do they have Arcanine? Yeah, they've got Arcanine. They've probably got Arcanine in the back. You've got to imagine. And I don't think they'll leave the Tapu Lele on the field. So I kind of feel like let's just go for the Heavy Slam. We could have went for Leech Seed there, which may have worked out a bit better, but let's just go for the Heavy Slam and just Flare Blitz into the Celesteela. It's just played straight. Yeah, my opponent not protecting, just going to see a Psychic come off. Arcanine will take this, a Proc Berry hopefully. No. But we'll get the Flare Blitz off, so we'll take down the Celesteela. This will Proc Berry now. Overthinking things, I think. We would have been so far ahead, I think, if we just got rid of that Celesteela that last turn. But never mind. And we will get a Beast Boost. So we take down the Tapu Lele, get a Beast Boost, which is going to help us a little bit for when this Coco comes back in. We haven't seen a Z move from my opponent yet, so you've got to expect that the Tapu Coco's probably got the Electric Z move, the Giga Havoc here. It'll be interesting to see what's partnered with it, and it is the Hariyama. Okay. So you see the Electric Terrain get pulled up. I think we've got to be a little bit worried about possibly Feint here. I'm gonna switch. The thing is, I'm worried about the Feint into the Celesteela and the Gigavolt Havoc into that slot, which will pick up the KO. I'm tempted to just bring in Garchomp and protect Arcanine. It's a very defensive play, where we could just protect Celesteela and bring in Garchomp on that side of the field, but I think I'm more inclined to do that and then just go for a Snarl. Just timing out again, which is going great. It's too early. At least we're going to get the Garchomp in on that potential Feint Gigavolt Havoc. And we get a protect off with Arcanine, so there's a fake out into that slot and just a Thunderbolt. Okay. No Flame Orb on the Hariyama either, so I wonder if it's Assault Vest. Could well be. So we could just Earthquake here and switch in Celesteela on the Arcanine slot, which should pick up the KO onto the Tapu Koko. But then we've got to worry about the Koko protecting and the Hariyama attacking into the... I think what I'll do is just Poison Jab into the Koko, and I'm going to Will-O-Wisp into the Hariyama and hope it hasn't got Guts. So there's the protect from the Koko. Now we'll find out. We get the burn off onto the Hariyama. It's not always the best way, but we're in a bit of a tight spot at the minute. And there's a close combat. Yeah, it's not Guts, so that helps us out massively. So that's really good. So now we can quite comfortably, as long as the Tapu Koko hasn't got Twinkle Tackle, we are going to be able to get an Earthquake off. So I will just Earthquake, and I could protect or bring in Celesteela here, but I think I'll probably just kind of opt for more of a protect play with Arcanine. Although we should be pretty safe from anything coming in on that, so, like, you've got to imagine we'll get a Dazzling Gleam, and it's probably better to kind of cycle those Intimidates for later in the game, so we'll bring in Celesteela here, go for the Earthquake, and then we've got Arcanine to bring in again if we need to later in the game. So there's the Dazzling Gleam. Garchomp able to take that with the Assault Vest, and it reveals it is Life Orb, so we should pick up the KO here on the Koko, and then we've just got that Hariyama to deal with. We just see the Hariyama go for a close combat into Celesteela. And we'll be able to just lock this game up pretty nicely now. I think this is one of the problems I have. I think I read far too much into possibilities, get scared and put off just playing the straight turns sometimes. You know, and I think you can be your own worst enemy at some points, just fearing certain moves and things that just aren't there. So I think I do that a lot on here, and as we saw there, kind of arguing with my mind all the time while trying to do that, and we time out. I didn't time out at the event, thankfully. I was a lot more switched on, but the thing is, it's kind of translating here when I'm doing the videos and things. It doesn't always come across very well, but we managed to get away with that one alright. Not a bad start to the day, but not a great one. Good game to my opponent, and we'll try and squeeze in one more match. Also guys, what do you want to do for the rest of the week? Do you want me to play this for a few episodes? Do you want to play that MSS team that I made with this Meagle and the Chansey? Or do you want to just continue on with the band team? So let me know in the comment section below, and then we can get back on to whatever you guys want to see going into Wednesday's episode. And talking about band teams, we have a next opponent who is piloting one. So we have that Nihilego, the Tapu Bulu, Arcanine, Pheromosa, Snorlax, and Smeagol. So, what are we going to do here? The Smeagol worries me slightly. If it's Scarfed, that is not ideal. So, we definitely need Garchomp, and we definitely need Lele. So there's two locked in. I think Celesteela is very good here, and Arcanine is good here as well. I think our Snorlax is probably quite good, but it's whether or not we can, if my opponent brings that Pheromosa or not. And Ninetales as well could be nice here. It's got the Sash as well, it can put Aurora Veil up. So let's think. I think if we just go with our core 4 here, it kind of gives us a more solid option against everything. We are running a very fast Tapu Lele. It is very bulky as well, or as much bulk as I could kind of get out of it. I opted to run a really fast Arcanine as well for the regional. Mainly because I was worried about Gyarados and things like that, so I wanted to make sure that I outsped all Gyarados so I could Will-O-Wisp it, just as an option against it when I couldn't bring something like Ninetales in that situation. It has Freeze Dry to hit for super effective damage, and I wanted as well to be able to outspeed opposing Tapu Leles and things like that to get the Snarl off before they could attack. And it was alright in most parts, but it's just not as bulky as my previous Arcanine I've used, and I think I prefer the bulkier one to the faster one, especially in situations like this when you're playing a lot against things like Nihiliga that do threaten the KO now, especially without the Life Orb. So we've got this Smeagol. It can't Fake Out, it can Spore, but it is slower than potentially both my Pokemon, unless it has the Scarf. Now we could Taunt it, but the thing is, we are quite threatened from that Nihiliga. It's probably going to go for a Sludge Bomb, I'd imagine, into the Lele slot. So what we could do is just go for a Snarl with Arcanine. Hope it doesn't target down the Arcanine with the Power Gem. Gotta imagine that Lele is probably its biggest target at the minute for the terrain wall anyway. So there's a Spore into the Lele. And oh, we outspeed the Nihiliga. Wow, okay, that's pretty huge. But we do not outspeed the Smeagol, and we see a Power Gem into the Arcanine, which we are able to take. See a Moody Boost from the Smeagol, gets a special defense boost and a speed drop. Oh, that is huge. So we can just go for the same again, Taunt onto the Smeagol now. Getting very lucky here, and just go for another Snarl. We might lose Nihiliga here, Arcanine here, but we might not as well. If the Nihiliga goes for a Trick Room, that would not be good. But I think Smeagol's the biggest threat at the minute because of the Spore that's potentially throwing out onto us. We do see it switch out because of that speed drop. And Tapu Bulu come in, get the grassy terrain up. We are going to get, so a double switch from my opponent here, and Arcanine coming out. So we get an Intimidate off onto our Arcanine. And we are going to get a Snarl off onto both Pokemon. It's not really going to matter too much though, because I doubt either of these are special variants. And we get the Taunt off onto Tapu Bulu. We could really double into that Tapu Bulu slot, to be honest. I'm really actually quite tempted to, because we shouldn't lose Lele to whatever Arcanine throws out. We should survive a Flare Blitz, and we should be outspeeding the Tapu Bulu. So I'm really tempted to go for Shattered Psyche and just a Flare Blitz. Oh, we don't need to Shattered Psyche. We're going to waste it. We'll just go for a Psychic into that slot and a Flare Blitz, which should be enough to pick up the KO onto the Bulu. And anything coming in on that slot, we grab the KO as well. So yeah, wanting to preserve the Tapu Bulu for later on. So we're going to get the Nihiliga here, get a Flare Blitz. Hopefully we get enough damage onto it to proc our Berry with our Arcanine. No way. But we do get the Psychic off, and I wonder if this is going to be enough. Not quite. Proc its Berry. And a Snarl from the opposing Arcanine. Our Arcanine does avoid. And everything going to take a round of Grassy Terrain healing. So what do we do here now? Because we know we outspeed the Nihiliga. Shattered Psyche, would that be enough? We could snarl it again and just... we could adjust our board position, I guess, by bringing Garchomp in. We could make a double switch, to be honest. I feel like that's not a bad play at all, double switch. But... yeah, I mean, let's do it. Let's pull double switch this time ourselves and get Garchomp onto the field. And Celesteela as well. Because you've got to imagine the Nihilego probably feels very threatened in this position, so it may protect. But it just goes straight for a Power Gem. Okay. And just another snarl from the Arcanine. Now the grassy terrain is up, so you know we're not going to be doing as much damage as we previously would with our Garchomp, but and we've also got to worry about Will-O-Wisp from this Arcanine, because I bet it has it. I'm going to switch in my Arcanine on my Garchomp slot, and I'm going to go for a Leech Seed onto the Arcanine, because you've got to imagine that the Nihilego either switches or protects here, because the Earthquake should probably still take it out from that range, I would imagine, even in grassy terrain. And just by getting the Intimidate onto the opposing Arcanine, it should allow our Celesteela to survive a Flare Blitz from that slot. Oh, we see a Heat Wave. Okay. So that Snarl did come in handy earlier on then. So we get the Leech Seed off into the Arcanine, which is nice. Now again, we've got ourselves into a nice position where we do threaten, KO onto that Nihilego slot. Because if the Bulu comes in, we're going to take a lot of damage onto it. If the Smeagol comes in, we'll do a lot of damage onto it. So we'll just go for a Snarl, and we'll go for a Heavy Slam. I wonder if the Nihilego just stays in here. So there's the fast Arcanine coming in handy in the one match that we're playing today, so that's good. We do get the Snarl off law, the special attack on both these Pokemon. See, Power Gem. We're going to be enough. No. So we do lose our Arcanine. See a Beast Boost, Special Attack Rise, Heat Wave come out. It is single target, but we have got that Snarl off, so it does help us out a little bit in that respect. We get the Heavy Slam into the Nihilego. Hopefully this should be enough, and it is. Excellent. So brilliant. And there's the Beast Boost from our Celesteela. Okay, so what's going to come in? Is it going to be the Tapu Bulu or the Smeagol? It's got to be the Smeagol, right? Because you're going to try and keep the Tapu Bulu in the back in case I bring the Tapu Lele in. So you can at least change the terrain back into your favour. So, oh, the terrain's finished. But yeah, still, I think at the same time, the Smeagol is going to put something to sleep. That's the issue. Yeah, I'll go for Garchomp. I'll go for Garchomp here. And there's the Smeagol. There it is. Okay. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the Tapu Bulu switch in on the Arcanine slot, and for that reason I shouldn't probably Earthquake. I should probably go for a Dragon Claw and a Heavy Slam into the Smeagol this turn. Yeah, so there's the Tapu Bulu coming in. we'll probably see a Spore into the Celesteela, maybe? Because with the grassy terrain, you wouldn't be worried about the Earthquake here. So there's the Spore. But it's into the Garchomp. Okay, that's surprising. So we're going to burn a turn to sleep here anyway, which is fine. And we're going to get a heavy slam off into the Smeagol, which I guess allows the Arcanine to come back in now and get an Intimidate off. But I want to bring in the Tapu Lele, but potentially I don't want to take a Wood Hammer from that Garchomp. I think what I'll do is... do we just sack Garchomp? We could sack Garchomp and just bring in Lele. I think that's probably not a bad idea. So if we go for a Poison Jab in case we do wake up, and I'll go for a Leech Seed onto the Arcanine. Because we've had those 2 Beast Boosts, we're not going to be taking too much damage from the Heat Wave. So there's the Heat Wave coming out from the Arcanine. So say with those Beast Boosts we've had, we should be fine. Garchomp didn't wake up, but we do take a Horn Leech. And we'll get a Leech Seed onto this Arcanine. But we should be fine closing the game out. Once we get Lele in, I mean, we're going to threaten Chaos on either target with a Shattered Psyche that we have got. The animations take so long with grassy terrain at all. So here we go. Let's see. Get a little bit of Leech Seed, the health back. Let's go for that Poison Jab again into the Tapu Bulu, and let's go for a Heavy Slam this time as well into the Tapu Bulu. If we can get both moves off, we should pick up the KO, and that will help us close out the game. So Garchomp still taking a nap. There's another Heat Wave. We're probably going to use Garchomp here. Yeah. But this, as I say, just allows us to get that Tapu Lele in now. We're going to get a Heavy Slam off onto the Tapu Bulu, which is nice. And we're going to get rid of that grassy terrain as well. So we do a decent amount of damage after the Intimidate onto the Tapu Bulu with the Heavy Slam. Now we've just got Lele to bring in. So get some more Leech Seed recovery back. I'm just thinking now which Pokemon do I target down? Which one's more likely to protect? I'm gonna target yeah, I think we just go for the Arcanine. Let's Shattered Psyche it, and then just go for another Heavy Slam into the Tapu Bulu. No protects, so we should be able to close the game up now. We'll probably see a Horn Leech maybe come into the Lele. So we might have one more turn, but this is going to be more than enough to take down this Arcanine. And we should be able to close the game up, which should be pretty good. So we've had two decent enough results today where we haven't had at the regional of the weekend. We do see Woodhammer come out from this Tapu Bulu, but Lele able to take that. We do see the berry proc from the Tapu Bulu. It is the Figgy Berry. We're going to get a heavy slam into it. And Tapu Lele is going to be able to finish this up with a psychic type attack. So I think this game just shows you've just got to try and manage the terrain as much as you can, and just try and take down each individual component. You know, once one of the ban core kind of goes away, then you know it's a lot easier to deal with the team. But my opponent just forfeits there, so a very good game to my opponent, and not a bad start to the week, guys. We had a bit of a bad weekend with results, but as I say, I will do a bit of a better recap probably tomorrow and Wednesday's episodes. As I say, I'm super tired this morning. I just wanted to get up and get something out for you guys tonight, touch base with you, let you know what happened, how disappointed I am from the weekend, but we'll be fine, and just sorry that I'd let you guys down. Really, that's the biggest thing. You know, I let myself down, but you know, I felt like I wanted to do well, more for you guys, but you know, there'll be plenty more tournaments in the future, so we've just got to work harder, reset, try again. That's what we've got to do. Look at what we've probably not done right for preparations for this tournament, and change it up for the next one and see if that works. You know, we can't do anything else but try. I think the worst thing is giving up, and I just want to give a shout out to actually everyone for all the support that you give me over the weekend. You know, before the event, during the event, and even after the event. It is amazing to have from you guys, so I really appreciate it. And just, we'll wrap things up there, guys, because I've got to go to work. I'm probably going to be late, but it'll be alright. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've got any questions about the weekend or anything like that, let me know about this episode. Just shoot me a comment in the comment section below. I know there's a stack of comments that I haven't got back to, but I will try and make my way through those today, and hopefully get up to date with all of those. So yeah, we'll be back with a Battle Spot doubles episode tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks as always. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like on it, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And make sure to let me know what team you want to play for the rest of the week on this series. If you want to see, we just mix things up this week and then we go into something a bit more solid the following week, or if you want to see that band team back, then just let me know, guys. So whatever you want, let me know and we'll do that Wednesday. But until then, guys, thanks as always, and I will see you later on. I'm gonna go to work and be so tired all day, but it's fine. I will see you guys tomorrow. So until then, guys, whatever you're doing, take care of yourselves, and I will see you later. Bye bye.